So are you new to the guitar? Are you wanting to learn how to play a guitar? Are you just a beginner getting ready to get started? Or have you been playing for a little while, maybe on a friend's guitar or something like that? And one of the burning questions that you have is, which guitar is right for me? Well, we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about the electric guitar. I'm going to talk a little bit about the acoustic guitar. And in a later video, we're going to come back and talk about the acoustic guitar more and the electric less. So join me. Okay, so which guitar would be best for you as a beginner to learn how to play this thing? Well, in the past, everybody usually started on an acoustic guitar. Now, why did they start an acoustic guitar? Because in the past, you could get an acoustic guitar a lot cheaper than you could get an electric guitar. Parents who were buying for their children or first-time players who were buying, they didn't want to invest a lot of money because if they didn't stick with it, they didn't lose a lot. And hopefully they could turn around and sell it to somebody else. But choosing the right guitar for you also it also shows you how willing you are to learn this instrument. So making the right choice is one of the best things that you can do straight out of the gate. Now, what's the difference between an electric and acoustic guitar? Well, as we said, in the past it was price. It was usually cheaper to get a beginner acoustic guitar and learn with that. But it had some drawbacks. It only had one sound. It couldn't be plugged in. It was really wide, so when you wanted to play it, you had to hug the body. Sometimes the neck length is different. Sometimes the neck is thicker, which makes a difference in when you're doing the notes and whatnot. It had a lot of issues. And what was the drawback for an electric, you may ask? Well, in the past, the electric was usually more expensive than the acoustic. Yeah, you usually could get an acoustic guitar for $50, $100 to get started, but an electric might cost you $200, $300, $400, $500. But things have changed, and that's great for the guitar people that are learning to play. Because now you can go on places like Amazon, Guitar Center, a couple others, and you can get an electric guitar that is good quality for just over $100, which is about the same price as that acoustic over there. Okay, so we have a price that's about equal now. That's great. So we're still at a choice. Which should we do? Because the prices were about the same. So let me tell you why I recommend the electric guitar for new beginners. It's a lot easier to play. Now what do I mean by that? How is it easier to play? Well, the strings on an electric guitar are of what they call a smaller gauge. On an acoustic guitar, they're big around, and on an electric guitar, they're not as big around. So they're a smaller gauge. And being a smaller gauge string makes it easier to push them down when we're learning those notes. Now, I play my electrics a lot, and I play my acoustics some when I'm having that feeling that I want to hear that natural acoustic tone. But I can always tell when I've been playing my acoustic and I haven't played it for a while. When I get done, I have the marks on my fingers. My fingertips are usually sore from playing it, but it's because the string gauge is heavier. It's harder to push down, and they're thicker strings. So that's one of the reasons why it's easier to play. What's another reason why it's easier to play? Well, it's not as thick. This guitar is nowhere near as thick as that acoustic over there. It's probably a third of the size, width-wise, of that acoustic. Which means when I go to play it, I don't have to reach around it and hug it. It just kind of sits natural. It kind of just nice and comfortable. It's even got a cutout on the bottom to sit on your leg. And it sits nice and comfortable, and it makes it easier to play. Well, what's another reason, you say? Well, we need to keep our interest up when it comes to learning guitar. And sometimes, I'm going to tell you now, sometimes you're going to have days where your sound is terrible, you can't change it, no matter what you do, it just sounds horrible. I still have them a lot. Of course, I'm still a beginner, but I still have them a lot, and I don't like it. Well, the neat thing about an electric is I can kind of change the sound that this makes. Now, how do I do that? All electrics have a switch of some sort that switches between the pickups where the sound comes from the strings. I can do it that way, or I can use a different type amp or effects pedal. So they're smaller. They can change their sound. They're about the same price. Which do you think you should go with? An electric or an acoustic? Well, I encourage you to go to the music store. I encourage you to pick up both and play both. I encourage you to see which feels better in your hands, because that's what's going to matter. If you don't like it, if you get it and you don't like it, the odds of you keeping up with learning really decrease. So you've got to have something that you enjoy. One more thing about electric that's really cool that I can't do with an acoustic is a lot of times when I have time to practice, it's later in the evening. Some of the family may have gone to bed and I really don't want to annoy them. And you say, well, how do you play an acoustic where it's not loud? Because that's pretty loud, right? So that's pretty loud. So how do I play the electric? I'm sorry if I said acoustic earlier, but how do I play it without being so loud and annoying people? Well, that's the neat thing about an electric guitar. With an acoustic guitar, for the most part, it's going to make noise every time you strum those strings. Now you can strum them softer and it won't make as much noise, but it still may be bothersome to some people. The neat thing about the electric is I don't even have to have this plugged into an amp to practice. And that means I can practice more frequently. Let's say I'm going somewhere to family's house or whatever and I don't want to bring the amp and all that, but I take the guitar. I can sit there and practice on my guitar without an amp. Is it quieter? Absolutely. Is it loud enough that I can hear it? Absolutely. So I can always practice that way, and I can practice late at night. Just to give you a quick example, I just unplugged this electric guitar. Okay, so now everything on it's acoustic. I don't know if you can hear that. I have no idea if you can hear that. I guess I'll see when I look at the video. But I can sit here and I can practice as much as I want to, and I'm really not bothering anybody outside of this room. So, once again, if you're trying to pick up a guitar, if you're a beginner, or you're buying a guitar for a beginner, such as a child or whatever, and you need to figure out which guitar is the best for that purpose. Well, I encourage you to go to the store. I encourage you to pick both of them up. I encourage you to hold both of them. Figure out which one feels the best to you and which one excites you about playing. If you're not excited about playing, you're not going to do it. I love this guitar. I love the color. I love everything that I've done to it. And it keeps me excited to play. It keeps it in my hands. I touch it almost every single day. So guys, if you have any questions on the electric versus acoustic that you'd like me to answer, I'll absolutely do my best. Make sure you drop them down below in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. That way you know when the new videos are coming out and you can catch what we got to talk about. This is a place where I'm trying to build a community where we can all come to learn together, because I'm still learning. I still have a long ways to go. I don't mind mistakes here. You want to send me a video and it has mistakes in it, that's cool, because I'm going to make them. You're going to see them while I'm playing. You've probably seen a couple of them today. You're going to see mistakes. It's okay to have mistakes. But I invite you to come over to the channel, like and subscribe, click the little bell so you know when the new videos come out. I'm trying to keep them fairly regular. I want your guitar journey to be a success as well as mine. So the more that I play and the more that I do videos for you, the more I learn and hopefully pass along to you. Guys, I appreciate you joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.